Welcome to your training on 4 simple steps to create clients in your coaching business around the 9 to 5. In this training, we're going to go over the 4 simple steps and I'm going to break down exactly what's entailed. Seriously, if you take these steps and run with it, you will make money in your coaching business. The only reason why anybody makes money in their coaching business is because they are executing on these 4 simple steps. Now, if you've been following me for a while or you've done your due diligence on the Thrive landing page where you can find out about my one-to-one program where I work with my clients for 6 months one-to-one to help them build their coaching business around the 9 to 5, I actually share one of my core philosophies that you can literally learn by reading it on the website. Apply it to these simple steps that I'm giving you today and go out and execute. I want you to win. I'm sharing this with you because you're here because you want to build your coaching business around the 9 to 5. I'm here to help you do that. So that is what this free training is going to address right this second. So grab a notepad and pen, grab a glass of water. I'm going to keep it concise. And I'm going to keep it simple. I want you to almost write this down like a checklist and go through it and check with yourself. Where on this checklist, where along the 4 steps am I missing something? And then either bring it to coaching, hire me as your coach, self-coach, seek mentorship, because that is literally all that's getting in the way of you creating clients. And when you think about it that way, it really does get to be that simple, which I love. I don't know if it's my projector power, if it's just the kind of bird's eye view with which I see things, but this was like the question I was asking when I was new into coaching, and I just wanted someone to like lay it out for me on the table, make it really simple so that I could just plug and play, like constantly like check myself against this criteria and be like, okay, well, where am I? Where am I not executing? Where am I not 100% on one of these elements? So this is why I'm delivering it to you. So step 1, are you ready? Let's go. Step 1 is create an offer you love. You're going to be like, this really is kind of obvious. I know, it really is. Like, I really wasn't kidding. You are possibly thinking about creating a social media, creating a website, doing all the things, being visible, going to the networking events, etc., 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 getting the certification, learning how to coach, reading all the books, doing all the research, doing all the like personal development, listening to podcasts all the time, signing up to offers, learning all the things. But the only way you're going to make money as a life coach is if you have an offer to sell to people. It's like so obvious, it like drives me crazy. If this is like also obvious to you, awesome. It means that either you know and you're executing, or you know but you haven't executed. So you still need to listen to this and deliver and execute on creating an offer you love, or you move on to the next one. Awesome. Box ticked, well done, let's move on. But I'm going to stay in the offer section for a little bit longer just to like give you the breakdown of the things that you need to be thinking about as you create an offer you love. It's simple business creation. There has to be a product or service that you sell in exchange for, in this case, money, because that's what we do in business, in capitalism. That's how we create wealth. That's how we create a service exchange. That's how we determine the value of something. We give it a monetary value because it's a universal value indicator. That's all money is. It's just saying to you like, this is what something is worth. So you need to create an offer that you love. It really is the first step, because otherwise you're doing all these great things for what? Just personal development, just to meet people. That's great, but you need to have something to exchange with them, in exchange of money and in exchange of their time, their investment, and ultimately the result they want to create. You want to create this, I have this, let's swap. You get the offer, you get the coaching, you get the mindset shift, the opportunity to be listened to for an hour each week, the opportunity to have mindset support, energetic support, somatic work, tarot reading, healing, whatever your modality is, whatever it is that you help people with, they get that. In exchange, you get money. Done. So simple. So you need to create an offer you love. Now, what I see a lot of new coaches do is then go into the comparison game. You know, when you're in the comparison game, when you're thinking, okay, well, I need an offer and it needs to be like beautifully branded. And I'm saying this to call you forward, not to call you out, because I have literally done all of these things and I didn't need any of them to make money. But thinking that you need to have like sexy branding, thinking you need to have like a jazzy name for your offer. No, life coaching, more than adequate. And to prove that's true, therapists don't feel the need to fluff up what they call therapy. It's therapy. People know they want therapy. They go get therapy. Done. They don't need to call it something sexy and jazzy. If you wish to, you can. And of course, with coaching versus therapy, we have far more creative freedom. So that's one of the joys of being in the coaching industry, but don't let that get in your way. Just create an offer. What's the offer? And to think about what the offer is, what is the transformation that you're offering? What are people getting out of it? And if you're like, well, I've never coached anyone before, I don't know what transformation they're offering, that's the point, Pamela, that's why I'm struggling, then you don't need to struggle, because you need to answer for yourself. What is the power of having a coaching session? Forget about programs, forget about homework, forget about exercises, forget about doing workbooks or having training modules. None of that is necessary when you're in the early stages of your business, and the only skill that you need to care and worry about offering is truly the gift and skill of life coaching. That in and of itself is an incredible gift to give people. And every time you think it's not enough, not only are you saying it's an extension of you not being enough, it's also an extension of kind of doing a disservice to how amazing coaching is. Honestly, it truly is. Like, in 6 months of my clients working with me, by the end, they've consumed the material, they've done the workbooks 10 times, they've watched the training videos 5 times, but the thing that always shifts the dial are the coaching sessions. The one-on-one time to have their brain and my brain partnering together in co-creation towards the things that they want to change and want to create in their life. That is invaluable. So all you need is to create an offer that allows people to experience the skill that you bring to the table of life coaching or whatever modality it is. And when you go into questions about duration and how frequently it should be, go with whatever feels easy and simple to you. It's, I promise, the name of the video, 4 simple steps. Keep it simple. Does this feel simple? Does this feel easy? Is this doable? That's your offer. Done. So if you're thinking, at the moment, all I feel good doing is like one-off sessions it is. If you're thinking 6 months makes a lot of sense because it takes time, 6 months is perfect. If you're thinking, yeah, I like 3 sessions, and then they can do 3 sessions, yeah, that works. Yeah, 3 sessions, done. Don't overthink it. Job done. Choose a simple offer. Stick with it. Love your reasons for it. And this is like one of the modules inside my program, right? Literally, love your reasons. Love your reasons for creating your offer. Anything that you create, you get to claim fully. So create an offer you love is step number 1. I really did promise you it was this simple. Step number 2 is, and I alluded to it earlier, it is choose a price that you can get behind 100%. The reason why this is invaluable is because if you're presenting an offer and you present it with 100% confidence that it's a no-brainer offer to your client, the price with which you offer it is going to be representative of your emotional confidence in the offer that you're presenting. It's also going to reflect your emotional confidence in your ability to create the result that you are promising your client. The reason why this is so important is because, as you know, like 80%, even probably 90% of how we communicate is not through our words, it's through our energy. People can feel the energy off you. So if you're overpricing to the extent where, well, to any extent, even by $1, if you overprice, people are going to have like a whiff of, I don't trust you. Can I really get the transformation you offer? But what about XYZ? And then suddenly you start getting objections. Objections that indicate, and there's two types of objections. There's objections, and I say, because objections aren't really objections, they are simply questions that our clients have. We are completely neutral about them. We're simply helping them make the decision. But if their objections are like actually reflecting your inner fears about your own offer, what result do I get? Well, is 3 weeks long enough? Is 6 months too long? Is bi-weekly too infrequent? Does it need to be weekly? Is 60 minutes sufficient? Is that going to be a problem? Are they going to be able to fit it into their diaries? Are they going to prioritize the sessions? Are they going to arrive on time? All of these objections that they have, they're going to be reflections of your inner fears. Because when people aren't 100% confident in what they're buying into, the percentage difference against the 100%, so let's just say they're only like 70% confident, that 30% is going to come up as the objections. And that's going to be the additional work you're going to have to do to convince them. And you don't want to have to convince anybody to do the kind of work this entails, because life coaching only works and only works most effectively when the client is 100% in. So I'm not saying it doesn't mean that they can't have objections and it therefore means they're not 100% in if they have objections. What I'm saying is any objection is an invitation for you to lean into your confidence about your offer and for you to present your offer in a genuine, soul-centered, heart-centered place that is compelling to the client. And for you to do that, you need an offer you love, step one, and a price that reflects your level of confidence in that offer. Note, this isn't comparing it to your current salary. This isn't comparing it to what your friend is doing who's also a coach. And this certainly isn't comparing it to other coaches that you see in the industry, even me. You are only ever in competition with yourself, which means you're in competition with your fears, with any doubts, with any insecurities that you have. So your pricing has to be congruent with your level of confidence that you have in yourself, in your client, and in your offer. So if at first that's 0, not a problem, because the more experience you build, the better. If that starts at £1,000, £100 or dollars, not a problem, awesome, go with that. If it's then 1,000, awesome, go with that. If it's 10,000, awesome, go with that. But you're going to know by how it feels when you imagine someone saying to you, great, let's work together, what's the price? And then all the questions suddenly appear out of nowhere. So you need to choose a price that you can 100% get behind. Step 3 is meet people. You need to meet people and tell them what you do. So, like I said at the beginning, many of you will have already started building a physical or digital presence and making it known that you can help people. But how clearly are you doing this? And how frequently are you doing this? And are you actually connecting with people? Because there is a huge difference between adding followers on Instagram or getting new followers on or new page likes on your Facebook or adding people to your email subscription list if you're not really connecting with them and actually telling them what you do. Hold that thought a second, I'm just gonna have a sip. The reason why I highlight this is because it's not uncommon for me to see new coaches who are like just building your confidence, skill, and experience with just communicating that you are interested in personal development, that you have an interest in personal growth. You might be sharing motivational quotes, you might be sharing personal breakthroughs. But if you're not actually saying the words, I am a life coach, or whatever title you've given yourself, it could be anything. If you're not saying the words, I am a coach, or I'm just a personal coach, and this is how I help people, even if it's really generic, then they're not going to know that you help them. They're just going to think you're into personal development, but they're not going to make it mean anything about them. This goes as far as it isn't the same as like writing a blog, writing an email, or writing a caption where you say, what do you think? Maybe you shared a really interesting perspective on a mindset shift that you recently had, and you want to create engagement in the comments. And so to do that, you say to people, what do you think? Let me know in the comments. And you think that that's code for work with me, but it isn't. It literally is what it says on the tin. What do you think? Write a note in the comments. It's not saying, I can help you with this challenge. I can help you because I am a life coach and this is what I do. So step 3 is meeting people and communicating to them. I told you this was so simple. Like, if the truth bombs are landing, drop me a message right this second, either on Instagram or Facebook Messenger or on email, and just tell me this is landing. And look, I say this with so much love because I went for so fucking long in my coaching business not realizing these things. And yeah, I made money, but it was a fluke. It didn't feel like I created it because I didn't know how I created it. Now you know how. You have an offer, you have a price, you communicate it to people in the places that you choose to communicate it. It's not a fluke when somebody finds you via your website, or I'm not saying you need a website, that's a discussion for another day. If you think you do and you're not sure and you're not meeting people and you don't have an offer yet, then message me, schedule a consult, I'll help you. See what I did there? See, it's that simple. You can do this too. Go on, I mean it. Like, get firing and wiring, because like it really does get to be that simple. And when you get to a point where you just can't help fucking saying it. Like, it just comes out of me now. You will get there too. It will be so natural that wanting to help people is like a disservice. Something that my coach actually said to me once, which really landed with me, and I'll share it with you now, because if there's any Harry Potter fans here, we won't go into a discussion about J.K. Rowling right now, but if there's any Harry Potter fans here, this was so great. She was like, imagine somebody said to you that they didn't know what Harry Potter was. You wouldn't take it as like a personal insult, and you wouldn't be like, oh my God, they don't want to work with me. What the fuck? You'd just be like, oh no, you don't understand. Like, Harry Potter's awesome. You need to go watch it now. That's how I feel about my coaching and my offer and my price and my confidence in myself to help people. When they're like, oh, what, you can help me? I'm like, yeah, of course I can. But like, let's talk about you. Why didn't you know this already? Like, schedule a consult, do this. So this is like the level of ease that it will eventually flow out of you with. And the gap between feeling this fluent with it and feeling this relaxed with it and where you are now are these 4 steps. And the more you practice it, and this is the best part. Once you've done step 1, create an offer you love. Done step 2, create a price that you can 100% get behind, that you have 100% confidence in. Step 3, build your skill and experience with going out there and meeting people. You never really have to do step 1 and 2 again. Like, literally, imagine if the offer you chose right now, you didn't change for the next 2 years. The only thing you have to master and keep doing and enjoy the experiment and journey of is step 3 and 4, which I'm about to go into in a second. Step 3, which is continuously meet new people, bring new people into your world, create new opportunities to tell people what you do, find new ways to tell them about what you do, find new angles to your coaching, which you're going to do as a natural progression of coaching people, because people come to you with all sorts of things. You're going to blow your own mind with all the ways that you can help people. Every session, even within one session, there's going to be multiple things that you're helping your clients with, all of which are invaluable intel and invaluable marketable things that you can refer to, that you can talk about and expand on in your coaching. Because if your client right now is going through these things, I can guarantee 10 other people are. 10 other people that could be working with you if they knew about the offer that you have, if they could feel your confidence in who you are, in how great the transformation is, and in the pricing that you offer, and if you communicate that to them. You're seeing how it's all falling together now. It's so simple. It's great. So step 3 was tell people what you do, communicate and connect. So step 4 is then actively making the offer. So meeting people, communicating to them is like showing your expertise, showing your mastery, being in your transformation, sharing knowledge, giving it away. Because the reason why, you're probably thinking like, why would anybody pay me? I'm literally telling you, like, this is it. This is everything. Take it. Why do people pay you? Because knowledge is great if you're implementing, but do we always implement? And even when we implement, and this is when it gets really fun, when clients are implementing, or when a new potential client comes to the table saying, I've done your freebies, I've done what you said, and I want to take it to the next level. I want the support. I don't want to have to figure it out alone. I want someone to see my blind spots and to help me get there faster. And I'm implementing, but not consistently, or I have these doubts and I'm getting in my own way. That's what life coaching is about, right? Nothing beats the support and the application and the joy of having a partner to co-create with your brain and help you see it through. That's the magic, right? Exactly the same reason why your clients will hire you. So be abundant with what you share, just as I am today, because truly knowing is one thing, application is another. So in order for people to then take the next step, they need to know what the next step is, right? And that is step 4, making offers with confidence in a simple way on repeat. I don't want to hear that you feel bad about repeating yourself. I don't want to hear that you're worried that your clients are going to get bored of hearing the same thing, or that your audience is going to get bored of hearing the same thing, or that you're worried about badgering them, or that you don't want to email them too much. They subscribed. They chose to follow you. They can just scroll on by. Like, honestly, one of the first things I learned in my corporate career, as I've always been in revenue generating roles, is that people need to see you on repeat for them to even like notice you, then to like subconsciously start to build a level of familiarity, then trust, then confidence in you, and then to take an action step. The statistics vary depending on what research you look at. Some say it's 8 times, some say it's 16 times, some say it's 24 times. Either way, you're going to be repeating it. And so this is why one offer is so powerful, because when you have an offer that you love, that you're committed to for enough time to allow people to know about it, then you're going to be there for them when they're ready. And that's everything. Imagine if I did my program. So my program is the Thrive program, helping coaches build their coaching business around the 9 to 5. And that's a 6-month program with coaching, training, the the CEO strategy kickoff, monthly reviews and planning. It's an incredible program. And imagine if I gave up on it in 6 months' time and then did something new. All of that work, all of that body of work, all of those clients that I've been building connections with, building trust with, nurturing, supporting through my free resources and social media, where would they go to then? Like, it's a disservice to change the goalposts when people are looking at you as somebody that can help them. And I think this is something that often gets misconstrued in the coaching industry, and why I'm so passionate about this particular approach. You're here because you're a life coach. You're not here because you want to teach people how to do social media. You're not here because you want to do even business coaching. And if you do, awesome, not a problem. But when you are like, those are the only types of coaches that I see who are doing short FOMO type, like snooze you lose, grab it now, fear mongering, scarcity. Those are the only types of coaches that actually get away with that approach. Because here's the other side of the coin, right? We're life coaches, and yes, I'm a life and business mindset coach, but my clients are life coaches. And even when I'm not talking about business with my clients, we're talking about real life shit. Family members going through cancer, children, relationships, sex lives, friendships, grieving, moving country, moving house, making investments, money mindset, health issues. This stuff is real life. This isn't join my 2-week challenge and learn how to do highlights in your Instagram. Yeah, great. That works for fucking Instagram coaches because what they're doing is like quick wins and they just want a quick buck and it works. That approach, that sales tactic doesn't work when you are working with people in life coaching, helping them with their life. This is why I encourage my clients, and this is the strategy that I see is most effective, is the 4 steps I've just shown you. Create one offer you love. Don't change the goalposts. Don't fall into the fallacy that quick or short term or cheap is better, because we ain't flogging quick wins. We're flogging life coaching. You don't flog life coaching. You sell life coaching from an empowered, grounded place, because you are truly helping people with the shit that really matters in their life. That's why step 2 is choose a price you can get behind. That's why step 3 is connect and tell people what you do, and tell it in a million different ways, because it might be the first way, it might be the 10th way, heck, it might be the 500th way. I think I'm on my 600th post on Instagram. I don't go back and delete them and pretend I'm a brand new coach that's been in the fucking industry for 5 minutes. You can see my story. You can see the evolution of how I have developed from purpose and career coaching into burnout coaching, now into life and business mindset coaching for coaches building their coaching business around the 9 to 5. You will evolve as well. Ideally, if I could do it again, I wouldn't have niched from the outset, but I was hell-bent on being a purpose and career coach. If you are passionate about going in on one topic and you know to your bones that that's your expertise, own it, claim it. If you're not sure and you're like, well, I could offer this person, I could help this person, I don't want to exclude that person, you're not ready to niche. You need to keep it open. You need to do general life coaching. You need to gain experience, because it's through action taking, it's through failing forward, it's through execution that you will evolve and refine what works for you, where your zone of genius is, what you really enjoy. And that is when you go back and refine and begin step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 again. And like I say, step 1 and 2 are decisions. This is the philosophy I was referring to in my landing page that you can go and read after this. Step 1 and 2 are two of the most primary decisions that you're going to make as the CEO and coach of your coaching business. What your offer is, what the price is. Step 3 and 4, meeting people, communicating it to them, and making offers to help them on repeat in a simple way with confidence, is execution. So decisions, execution. That's it. Once your decisions are made, you don't need to make them again. Your decisions are solid. They're like the foundations of the house that you're building. Then the decoration, the exploration, the seeing what works, what doesn't, what lights you up, what you enjoy, finding the platforms, finding the mediums, finding the methods, refining your copy, practicing different ways of communicating to your audience, meeting people in different settings, growth, expanding your boundaries, expanding what you think is possible for yourself. All of these things happen in step 3 and 4. That's where the discovery is. That's where the growth is. And it's in both of these areas, in making sound decisions and then executing powerfully, is where I can then come in and help you. So this is it. This is the work. Now you have it, you can go. If you want to take this to the next level, if you want the support, then the next step is schedule a consult. Book a consult and meet with me. We meet for an hour. And in that time, I get a feel for you, because I know you know all about me and you know my philosophies, you know how I coach, you can see my style, you can see what I'm like. So this is a chance for me to spend like the first kind of 20, 25 minutes getting a feel for you, your business, where you're at, what your goals are, what things that you kind of want to change or that you're struggling with a little bit at the moment, or the areas of the 4 simple steps to creating clients that you are trying to refine and fine tune. And then if that sounds like it's the right fit, and I know that you kind of self-elect by booking the consult, so it's very rare that somebody comes on a consult and I'm like, I'm not the right person for you, but hey, sometimes it happens. Sometimes we meet in person and we're like, I love learning from you, but you're not my coach. Not a problem. But 99% of the time, clients join because they know that I can help them and they love the way that I talk about this stuff, the way I make it simple. And imagine having that level of support week in, week out, with one-to-one coaching sessions each week with the support in between sessions. So in the first 25 minutes, I get to know a little bit more about you. And then if that sounds like the right fit, then I'll obviously confirm it. And then I'll give you the chance to ask any questions. Like, what is it that you need to know about the program that you wanted to just understand a bit more deeply from what you've seen on the website? And then next steps, if it's a go. And you can be started within 48 hours. So we're here because you're serious about building your coaching business. One thing I always say, and this honestly is a game changer, going all in on your coaching business is not an action line. It isn't, I'm handing my notice and telling the universe that I'm committed to this by making some radical decisions when I'm not financially secure or ready for it. That isn't going all in on your business. Going all in on your business is a mindset. And it doesn't escape me that so many of my clients say to me that the commitment to the investment of hiring me as their business and mindset coach, where we go through the 4 simple steps and then you get 6 months of support to make those decisions and execute powerfully on them, is them going all in on their business. And that's when significant shifts start to happen for you. So next step, go and schedule a consult using the link on this page. And I can't wait to connect with you. And in the meantime, enjoy executing on these 4 simple steps. I hope this was valuable. Make sure you drop me a message, either DMs, Messenger, or email hello@coachingwithpamela.com. That's 2 L's with Pamela. And let me know if this was helpful, what your key takeaway is, and what the one thing is that you're going to prioritize today. Let's get to it, coach. Good stuff. I will connect with you very soon. And that's it for now. Have a beautiful day.